Good evening. So, before we got too deep into 2022, I wanted to have a quick chat about the dreaded crypto and where we are with it. Um, so, in a nutshell, I would say this year I probably bought 80% of my assets through Coinbase, and I'm not affiliated with Coinbase. I don't want any kind of commission or I don't think they're the greatest exchange in the world. It's just, I'll tell you one thing. Uh, Most of my banks have stopped me from buying crypto from smaller exchanges. And I think when I tried the other day, I just got this message saying yeah, it's been blocked, blah, blah, blah. Phoned up the bank, was told it was for my own safety that I shouldn't buy crypto. It's all a scam and don't spend your money, therefore it's been blocked. The only place left for me to purchase crypto is Coinbase, and apparently my bank said even that's going to be shut down. So a bit of annoying because the way you get it, the way you seem to make really good money from crypto is getting in and buying them when they're at this sort of price. When you've got four decimal places or whatever, four, 8 or 9 decimal places, you can obviously buy millions. As you can see here, I've got 4.5 million nearly for $147. If it goes to $1, we make a lot of money, everyone's happy. It's that simple, really. If you obviously, I hope I'm not teaching anyone to suck eggs already into crypto, but I know quite a few people here don't buy crypto or who look at my channel, maybe not interested in it. I used to loathe it. I only got into it really in the last year, although I looked at it a couple of years ago. I looked at it about 5 years ago. And I was one of those people that saw Bitcoin when it was like $4 or $5,000, and I remember it going up to 16,000. And some woman in our local woman, it was a big headline that she'd lost, her life savings. She put like 15k into Bitcoin, and she bought it about that price, and then it went down to about sort of 5k or something. She lost it, and it's all a scam, blah blah blah. Anyway, obviously you can see it's at $46,000 at the moment, and it's probably in a downward cycle slightly, but I'm not getting into all that. I'm just talking about my crypto and what I've bought and why I bought it. So things were going quite well actually for most of this year. I was buying a few bits and I was hodling all the way, and I got to about this point here where I started to get, I made some gains, and I just thought, you know what, I need to take some profits now. I wasn't happy with the way things were going in the market, so I paper handed and took a load out. I think that's why, yeah, I took everything out. I thought I'd just leave a grand in, and we made some decent gains, and then obviously that went up and it was quite good. So I took some more profits, I think, all the way out, and then I looked at the market and things were going up, so I put put some more money back in. This is the ridiculousness of this whole thing. I think I put like about another um, £700 or £800 in, and that went up, and then I put more in. So now I probably put in nearly 50% of my profits back in, and then we got to this point where I made a few gains in some coins, and those started. Then others started dropping away, and I waited, tried to be calm in December, and I just thought I'm not having this, and just paper handed and took the whole lot out again, back to about a grand. I like to leave a grand in, and now I've basically I did buy some a coin Clover Finance recently. I'll come on to that. That's the only thing I bought. So obviously my portfolio now is about $1,700, and over 2021, you can see I started off all nervous and put a few little bits in, wasn't, and then I thought, oh, let's go hardcore, get some Bitcoin, and then a couple of thousand in. And I know by any means this isn't huge sums of money for some people, but it's still, it's still a painful amount. I think that's why, if you've got a family to feed, mortgages, bills to pay, cars, fees, usual stuff, just living life, losing a couple of $1,000 is quite painful. I mean, that's family holidays. That's a repair of a car that's got a problem. All these things. You don't need me to say that. Anyway, so I at the moment where we're at is I I basically decided that I I originally I was not going to touch my Bitcoin at all. No matter what happened, I would get rid of all the other shit coins and always have some Bitcoin. I would just not touch it at all because I was convinced that would be going next year to 180k, and we were going to go into alt season. Blah blah, didn't happen. Um, and you can see here what I've got, the remnants of what I've got left. Essentially, I kind of left my biggest amount of my biggest allocation is still in Bitcoin, about $1,000, and then the rest is in other various coins. And people are going to go, what the hell do you buy this for? It's crap, blah blah blah. I bought when I liquidated all the way down here. No, sorry, here. I did, if you follow crypto, you'll know now that it's pretty savage out there. It's being hit hard. All the coins are down pretty much. There's a few odd ones that have gone to the moon, but 95% have been hammered. And relatively, you could say, managed to pick up a few bargains, like whole coins, like this thing, ICP, Internet Computer. I mean, to me, when you look at this, I mean, this thing, $750 at one point. You know, I think I bought in at about 23 or 24, something like that. I bought, and to me, I've bought it. It's kind of a FOMO thing. There's no doubt about it. It's got me on FOMO. I've probably got, I don't, that probably works out there as a reason. I got three, yeah. So yeah, I paid, maybe I paid a bit more than I thought, just under $30, and I think that it's gambling really. I'm thinking that's going to go, if it even makes its way back to, if it made its way back to $700 a token, that would be insane. And I paid $29. Cash out, thanks very much. How long are we going to hold all this for? And this, I mean, goodness me, this one here, Alchemy Pay. This is just another a shit coin, and you can see, you know, comes into Coinbase, dead, 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 and then boom, it does run up here, but it didn't really run up to $1 or anything. And then ever since it's been down, and I've had some fun with this one. I mean, this is probably the one I've bought and sold the most. Literally, since August, I've been buying and selling this, and it's been going pretty well actually. This one, I think I made a really good hit on that $900 at some point, and buying thousands. Of course, what tends to happen is you buy into one of these shit coins, and then you do make some money on it, say, and then a couple of days go by, and you look at, you've got a load of other shit you're left with, and you think, oh, if I go back and get that, maybe I'll repeat it, but I find it hard to do that. I'm probably not on it enough. I'm not studying it enough, and this is the problem. Um, this is the problem. It's greed. So I've gone back into this, bought a couple of thousand, probably didn't buy at the bottom, and it's still got a decent-ish price. But I remember when I was getting 2,000 for about, $40, and now I've had to pay, $130 for that. And this is what you'll find. I just took a punt on this Clover Finance, and it is an absolute dog. It really is a dog. Look at it. I mean, we're at $40 here, and now, look at this. There's living shit smashed out of it. But there's just, some research I've done and Fibonacci retracements. I've looked at the data. I've looked at the project, and it kind of feels like the market cap and everything else. You chuck all that into the mix. It's this could easily 10x. It's nothing. 149 million in the coin world. It's nothing. That could be 4 or 5 billion. It's got plenty of upside on it. Whereas the downside seems to me, I want to say that's bottomed out. I mean, yeah, okay. I bought in at about 71. It could go even lower. This thing could go down to like 50 cents, and I'll be gutted. But these sort of coins are the ones that I'm interested. So I have the Bitcoin is my main long-term play. It makes me feel sick to say that my gold, my wealth, my digital store of value, although it is nothing like gold, but it's the one I really should be hodling and just holding on to. Although I sold a load off, and then the rest of these shit coins here are just speculation, really. That hopefully you're going to get a pump one day, and it's going to pay for the family holiday. And I think a lot of people are in this boat, $175 a coin. Here we are, and now we're all the way down here, so there's quite a lot of room for upside. But obviously, last year at some point, last year, like the last few years, this thing's been, it's been $1. Even if you bought it in October, you paid $5. I mean, this is expensive. But so really, it is just a risk. Anything you buy is a risk in the crypto world. Don't let anybody tell you that it isn't. It could all go to zero at any point, and you'll be left with nothing. These shit coins go to zero, and you'll never see it. Never, never will they recover. And people will be hodling these until they're in the ground. And that's the sad fact. I think that's the saddest thing. They're waiting for $4 there, $3, $2, whatever. And I bought it down here. They're convinced a few YouTube videos are pumped out, that it's going to go back up here and they're going to make loads of money, and it never does. So I'm sounding negative about it, but the reason I'm showing you this is because I think you should diversify. I don't want to be all in silver, all in gold, all in whatever, platinum. I don't want to look back and be, I'd rather look back and go, well, I'd lost 2 or 3 grand and it was a bubble, and that was one of them things. It was interesting. Then look back and go, holy shit, that 3 grand went to 90 grand, and over like 5 years, and you blew it, and you had a chance. Do you see what I mean? And that's just FOMO. That's just human weakness. It's greed, whatever you want to call it. It's all those things. I'm just a human being, and just not kid ourselves. People aren't buying these coins because they really believe it's a digital store of value. They're buying these coins because they want them to go to the moon. Everyone wants to buy Bitcoin at $130 and then be the trading genius when everyone goes, oh, wow, man, how'd you get that when it goes to $69,000? I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. Don't get caught up in the hype that there's any more to it than that. And all these coins here that you see on sites like this, hundreds, thousands of the things, are all vying for us, you and I, retail investors, to go and smash our hard-earned cash into them and hope we're going to end up with, making a load of money. And I tell you what, it's not shabby, some of these. You look at this, I'm buying Solana, if I do buy some. I mean, that's a one-tenth. That's a one-tenth gold coin, isn't it? Pretty much. I can have one Solana token, I can have a one-tenth gold coin. Now, you know, my my Solana could, with all the YouTube videos and all the speculation, it's the next Ethereum, it's going to go to $5,000 a coin. Could go to $5,000 a coin, or it can become worthless. And you could say the same for gold, but I just got that little feeling that as it's been around for 5,000 years, that it's probably not going to go to zero. So gold is probably the safer bet, but it doesn't have it's not full of the potent potentialities of crypto, is it? It's not, you can see the youth and the young people, they won't have it. They will not have anything said against that their coin's going to go to the moon. And I think that's sadly why money has gone out of precious metals and into crypto. So there we are, really. When I'm choosing a crypto, for me, I'm going to get roasted by some experts on crypto here. A couple of things are really important to me. I quite like, but it depends what I want. If you just want to be safe, play it safe, and not worry, then just buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum and stick it on a wallet and forget about it, or just buy it on here and forget about it. But if I'm trying to buy something that I want to, 10x, 20x coin, then I tend to look for something with a low market cap that has I can get a decent volume of for a reasonable sum of money. I really want thousands of the things or hundreds. I'll have hundreds of them if I think the upside potential it's shown that it has been like hundreds before, or at least, $90, $100 a coin or token. But I don't really feel the love for me if I look at some of these high market cap coins here. It takes a lot more balls to spend, to me, $1,000 on, 5 Solanas than it does to spend $1,000 split between some shit coins. You could buy this ASM shit that I've bought before. You're going to get for $1,000, you're going to get thousands of them, and you can split your money, or the whole lot will go to zero. It really is you're just gambling. I sounded like a bloody lecture this video, but I mean, it's only my experience after doing this and looking at it every day for years and being seriously into it for a year. Because once you've got your money into it, it's all very well looking at it and dreaming about it, but when you suddenly got your money on the line, it's a different ball game. And it's the same thing going on every time. You pick a coin, you like it, it goes up. You are constantly tempted to sell it and take your profit, whether it's $100, $50, $1,000. Because let's face it, if you buy it today at $100 and it suddenly becomes worth 500, that's pretty bloody good. And it's pretty hard not to sell that and take it and be a trading genius for a day. Whereas, when it's suddenly that $100, you're looking at it the next morning and it's worth, $46, you're thinking, shit, I just lost $50 overnight. And what if I've lost $50 overnight plus on another 10 coins and I've lost $500? It's pretty hard. So my point is that I forgot what I was talking about now. I think it's the trap is that nobody knows really which of all these hundreds of coins is going to be the one which is going to go next? Nobody knows. You have to understand that. And it's all driven, a lot of it, by FUD, okay? And people wanting to not miss out. And then, a coin just receives a bit of attention, like this, we know, Shiba Inu, and the moment it comes in, and everybody's terrified of, being the person that bought in here, and boom, all the way down. Everyone wants to be the person that bought in here, or here, if, obviously, if possible. Look at that. I mean, goodness me. And of course, here, I expect loads of people made thousands and millions, and they sold off thinking, it's dead, I've done it. But, if they waited 6 months, best part of, they would have, it would have been incredible. But we haven't got crystal balls. We don't know that. We're human beings. We're emotional animals, and it's very, very hard. So that's where I see the trap is. Because what happens is you end up with 1,000 coins, $50 in each. You haven't quite got enough to buy a decent amount. So if it did go to the moon, you don't make that much anyway. And you're trapped in a kind of digital prison in the end, where you've got all this money tied up on a site or an exchange or on your wallet on your phone, hoping constantly, the stress of monitoring it. Is it going to go up, down? Am I going to lose my money? Is there going to be a rug pull and it will go to zero and never come back? Is the project going to fail? Blah, blah, blah. And that's quite stressful to hang on to. So I guess that's why I've limited it right down to just like half a dozen coins. And what I want to round this video up, my plan for crypto in 2022, although I'm old school, and everybody's going to say everyone wants their coin to be the one. I think that having been somebody that spent over 20 years, in various internet industries and knows quite a bit about marketing, that and business, that first move in business is critical to the success of the business, especially in there's a lot of competition, and unfortunately, whether you like Bitcoin or Ethereum or not, they have first move. And Bitcoin is, you walk into a room, you walk you walk into a shopping mall and you shout it out, manage to stop everyone and say, put your hand up if you heard of Bitcoin. And probably, 98% of people will put their hand up in that store, even if they haven't got it on their wallet, even if they never bought it in their life. You go in there and say, anyone here heard of, I don't know, Paxos Standard? Put your hand up. And they'd be like, what the fuck, That doesn't mean this thing isn't going to go to $50,000 a token, or, whatever. It's just the fact that it's the one that everyone knows and is heard of, and maybe most of those people probably wouldn't even heard of Ethereum, but I expect a few would have. You see my point? I like the fact that Bitcoin is limited to 21 million, and obviously 19 million nearly have already been mined. And I suppose the only problem is, in order for this to go to, a couple 5 trillion market cap, which would make it bigger than Apple, it's a 5x on this. Is that possible? That's what a lot of people, analysts, are talking about. So I'm waiting to conclude before I dip my toe in to this and probably allocate. I said before, I'm not ashamed to admit I put in like probably 2 to 5% now into crypto. I want to see this back under $20,000 basically. We came down to 29 in July. I want to see that retested again, and I believe it will. It's just a question of when, whether it will go up higher before it does come back down. who knows? But this is looking a bit bearish to me. Um, it's just been a bit sideways for quite a while, and I think the longer something's sideways in terms of the trading range, between this kind of 45 to 50,000 range, the more bearish it is to me, in my limited knowledge. But we will see. So that's it really. The reason I've bought, obviously, I'll just bang through. The reason I bought Bitcoin is the reason I just explained. And I would say, I'm not a financial advisor, and you have to do what's best for you. But I would, if I didn't know what to buy, I would just buy Bitcoin and be safe and wouldn't touch anything else. The reason I bought Shiba Inu is just FOMO'd in, and there's no other explanation. The project's just a shit coin, as they're known. Bitcoin Cash, the reason I bought that is because I think the upside of it is, I think it's got some potential here. Obviously, at some point it was over $4,000 a coin, and I think it is probably a bit undervalued in terms of looking at the price history. So I think there is, it's just the fact that it's kind of, it's an improvement on Bitcoin. And if you don't know the story, it was a fork. Um, and it was created, there was a big disagreement, and you've got the original Bitcoin, and you've got Bitcoin Cash, which enables, quicker transactions, and low fees, but, it never quite caught on the way Bitcoin did. So, but I think there is room for more, you have to look at, there's more potential for the upside than the downside, I think, for this. So, that's why I bought that. Clover, I just bought it because I think it's an interesting project. It does seem to be the DeFi world, decentralized finance world is pretty big, and it's got a lot of partnerships with some big players down here. So to me, um, I think that it was worth a punt. Um, it's not perfect, but I think it's worth a punt. The price it's at, that's just a punt, literally a gamble. Alchemy Pay is the same. I bought it because it was cheap, and I thought it did have. So it does have. I do a little bit of research. I do think it has got some application in real life. It enables payments using fiat and cryptocurrencies. Okay, and it's in use in 65 countries apparently. So and it has a low market cap, so it's got a 5x there. I don't think it'd be too difficult. This is one of these coins that one day is going to, turn your computer on and see it's gone to $1.50, and you just be like, shit, I should have bought this when it was like, 63. So that has got some application. I think Internet Compute has got some vague application. Bit of a monstrous project, but I just FOMO'd into it just because it's so cheap, and it saved me going out and wasting money on something else at the time. And Jasmine just FOMO'd into it because it was cheap. It's got a low market cap, and the downside, I think the upside's far greater than the downside. It's got a lot more potential to go up than it's down, although it could never go. It could just go to zero, and that'll be the end of it, as we know. And Ethereum Classic, why did I buy that? I just was punted on it really. I didn't want to buy Ethereum, and I thought, there might be some opportunity, a bit of FOMO. If we do get an altcoin season, this thing might go. People get. It was a really stupid thing. Just people buying it because it's called Ethereum, and basically FOMOing into it because they can't afford to buy the real Ethereum, the alternative Ethereum, and that's it really. So these here what are just an experiment. I was just punting on them, basically just yield generating cryptos that you buy, and then you get paid a yield on, but I don't want to go into that now. It's a bit too complicated, and that's what I've earned so far from my yield, but it's peanuts really. You'd have to buy a huge amount of them that are lent out, I think, to other people, and then you obviously earn off the back of it for not doing anything. But I need to look into it more deeply. So there we go, just a quick overview of what I did in 2021 with crypto, and I'll probably just carry on, with these coins, adding to them, and anything, trying not to FOMO in to new coins. And this website, it really is like, it's not really great for trading, to be fair. I feel like a lot of the information is hidden. It's very basic. There's obviously a reason for that. And most retail investors just want to come in, press a button, buy it. But it could do with some better tools, really. There's obviously better sites to buy. The sites you can buy things from, Binance and Kraken and all these other places. But I said my bank rejected them, and I'm stuck with these guys, really. So anyway, that's it for now. By the way, I've never had actually, I've never had any issue with Coinbase. Seems to work well. Good service, no problems at all. So um, I hope you found that useful. And apologies if you're a hardcore crypto person. I'm not trying to upset anyone by not talking about their coin on dissing crypto. But I'm still a hardcore gold bug and stacking. But like I say, I kind of like this on the side. It kind of, every time this shit goes down, when my portfolio goes down because of, these shit coins are just getting pummeled. I thank the Lord that most of my assets are in precious metals. So it's like kind of, I like having the two both options, to monitor, and I think it's worth it. I think it's interesting to have a bit. So there we go. Would say one thing, I've thought a lot about taking some of these off, putting them on my phone. I have got stuff on my phone, because I got about 20% on a phone, my phone that I just carry around. I probably got a couple of thousand on my phone, and I'm not happy about that because probably half of that is in shit coins. It's not Bitcoin or anything like that, and I can't get it off the phone because of the fees. I could, but I would just pay through the nose. And that's something I think people should be aware of if you're new into it. It's all very well getting the thing and getting it on your phone, but when it comes to shifting it, that's why I'm quite happy in a way. The fees to pay, I just take it on the chin to pay the fee using this service, and I can get rid of it quite easily. And you can always take it off here and put it on your wallet if you want to anyway. So you got the option. Anyway, that's it. Give us a thumbs up if you found this useful. Do share it about. And I'm going to say hit subscribe because it's cheesy and cringeworthy, but that'd be great. And yeah, have a good day and bye for now.